Hey everybody. Alright, we have a stream today. So the basic goal is this Disney 100 set. This collab, not my idea, um, but one of my lug mates came up with it and knew that I built a lot of Marvel previously, so it kind of made sense to join into the collab. Got a couple of my designs already, like you can see in studio. Uh, Really, we're just doing a lot of X-Men, a lot of just random Marvel characters. So my special interests really do end up being kind of those more obscure characters. So I threw in some fun ones like 3D Man, Four Bush Man, Madcap, Dupe, and I just Jeff the Land Shark is kind of more mainstream at this point, but another one that I that would be fun to put in. So I have like a whole spreadsheet that we're working off of. Gonna just design some random characters today. So that is what is going on in this stream. Just to keep everybody updated. Yeah. All right. So got my second monitor, which is actually just one of my TVs on here, which is kind of nice. Just going off of we got the trailers that came out yesterday. I might as well just start with Doctor Doom. So for that, going off the Disney set, like I already said, got to pick like a random background color for him. Him being mostly green, probably should. Yeah, I wanted green on green probably. I guess I'm kind of doing dark tannish. I guess it kind of ended up for future characters. Um, Maybe I'll do all the Fantastic Four ones I do on dark blue. That could be nice. So we'll start off on Doctor Doom. And the original Disney set is very much a simplified version of all the characters. So I've been kind of going off of, the path a little bit with some of these more detailed ones because some of the characters really do need that extra oomph to like get the design to need. Like Apocalypse isn't even perfect, but trying to get those mouth lines was kind of my main goal and the hardest part. And you can't really do that when you're just doing like a simple mosaic type of thing. So, it is what it is. So that one needed to be a little more detailed, but when it got to like Green Goblin or like Scrolls or Super Scrolls, whichever one this ends up being, you can really get by in that more simple mosaic design. So it'll be nice if I make some of them more simple. That will be you know uh, less pieces, so less expensive. Yeah, Doctor Doom. Obviously, biggest thing is I want to make some depth for the eyes, so it'll probably have to be 3 plates or tiles deep just to kind of get that mask layering that I would want. Um, I guess for him too. Most masks do just have like a square, so this should be pretty easy to get the mask design. But it would be the thing if I wanted to be like slanted, like some of the designs, that might be a little tough. And I guess just a little background on me and my designing. I pretty much do everything in studio, so that way I have like the parts list when I'm done, which is really nice for if you're designing mocks. You're gonna want to be able to, know know what you need, especially for me. Like most of what I design, I don't have the parts for, so it is pretty important for me to, buy the parts and know what I need to buy. This one's gonna need a lot of wedge plates, probably. Okay, here's how we're gonna approach it. The mouth needs to have the grill tile. I'll probably make these metallic just because that is a common piece. See, and like, this is why it needs to be a couple layers. It's probably actually have to be 4 plates because I don't want the color showing underneath the mouth. My other option would be to make this like a dark gray, which will probably not look that great. So again, going to have to make this a couple plates deep. And I'm not sure if I'm going to want to... Ooh, man, this is tricky. Because if I was just doing the mask, it'd be super easy. But since I want to get the hood going in some way, I'm trying to think of how to approach this to start with. Or maybe this is one where I just make it more simple. So I feel like one of the more iconic parts of Doctor Doom is like the cape clasps. And depending on the scaling I do this, those might not fit. So another good thing to do if you're designing like this, you got to have Pick a Brick pulled up so you can look up the colors and figure out what is available. That is also just something I'm always doing when I'm designing something, because I do the instructions for things usually. Always making sure I'm using as many pieces as possible that are actually available online. Because I guess if there was a 1x2, like the half circle tiles, that'd be a good part to use for right now. Ooh, actually, things are coming together. I have an idea. So if I do this in warm gold and then drape the chain across, that could be pretty sweet. So I'm gonna have to put some stuff under that still, but that'll be kind of the basic design. The chain pieces in Lego are awful to work with. I don't recommend it. They don't really have like the flex you would want for them. Oh, this might be like an awkward spacing. This is probably the one that would be the most size accurate that I would need. I don't know if it comes in gold though. Okay, it does. Okay. A lot of this is just problem solving, which is what I love from mock building. I do just really enjoy kind of the geometry about it is what's kind of fun and interesting for me. Okay, this is what I would consider the best course of action. I don't even know if these pieces will fit together. That's interesting. But this would open up an extra connect. Please go in, please go in. That's the worst part about Studio. Sometimes just like, for whatever reason, sometimes it's like updates that they add, but pieces just won't fit together. Obviously they'll fit together in real life, but for whatever reason, this is not gonna go in. Maybe if I go this route, I can get it to work. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, and how are we going to connect the clip part? See, this is the, if I, it'd be really nice if I could do the 2x2 round with the open stud, but I don't think so. Yeah, because some of these parts are just going to ruin the aesthetics of this, so I might need to redesign this. Because there's also the bracket piece that would be doing the same sort of thing. Also warm cold, and in theory I could do... This might be a better option. I don't know. It's something to consider. Yeah, pretty rare, like when I'm working on this sort of stuff, that I get everything on the first try. And then the issue with this too, it needs to fully fit into the sort of like square here, because it'll have like borders between each of these. So there is not a lot of room to play around in, really. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to play around with these parts that I already have down there. I don't think anything's gonna pop up that'll be like, ah, yes, let's do that. I guess the one thing is if the 1x1 stud with like the accessory piece sticking out of it is available in gold, probably is. Then I could, in theory, use a normal Lego chain and just put the anti-stud around the accessory part, which would be an option. I don't know. Something I have to think about. And this might be one of those cases where I buy some extra parts and just make sure I have options, which is something I do sometimes. Like when I built the Sentinel set originally, or build, mock, whatever, I did pretty much just buy every purple part, and I was like, okay, I don't necessarily 100% know what I will need to get this done. So that was like a 50-50 designing digitally, designing in person, since I did have the extra parts to play with. But as I've already been saying a little bit, that's not my preferred way to be going about this sort of stuff, just because I don't have every part in my collection. So I will need to buy stuff. And when you're buying through Pick a Brick, it can take like a month to get stuff if you've done that. It just adds up when you have a deadline, like a convention. Okay, accessory part also open. So yeah, this is probably going to be a case where I'm going to have to put aside some of these different parts and have a game plan for some alternative solutions, which is fine. Especially like with some of these parts, when they're like 30 seconds, or not 30 seconds, 30 cents, not a big deal necessarily. But these are in some combination what I will need to make this work. I guess this is also good. If I flip that around, in theory. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to buy all of these. Because I could do this, and then plug it in, and it'll be sticking out so far. But that would work. So yeah, if I try to make a smaller Doom, kind of go with this, and then the bottom piece here wouldn't need to be gold. I can make that some shade of green, which might not be that bad. Or come up with an alternative clasp design. Anyway, yeah, these are the trials and tribulations of being a mock builder. Now that'll work. So yeah, if I wanted to make like a really small Doom, this is an option. Because I could get the whole clasp design going in what I think is like, is that 3 wide or 4 wide? It's probably like 3.5 right now. Okay. So I have to play with that. Obviously, you can make that a little bit longer to kind of get the fit, looks like. So if I drag that over, is that even? Okay. Yeah, that'll be too tight. That won't look right. Or will it? Let me look at the reference image again. Yeah, it kind of has like that drape to it. So this is going to be really tough. I've already been saying that this whole time. It looks a little goofy too when the chain is like the same size as that. So I'm going to have to go bigger scale. That's not going to work. I'm going to want to use this longer one and somehow make that happen. Okay. I'm going with the 2x2. This is plan A. Pivot time. Then we'll do a bop. I don't know. I'm feeling a lot more confident about getting this done. So we're going to go a little crazy and figure this out. Because if we have this there, this should be okay. Now, like I said, the chain part in Lego stupid, or in Studio stupid. So if I have this kind of going here-ish, it would drape. So it would have like a little bit of that curve underneath it. And I don't know if I would need to make it wider, but this is what I would do. This is the solution. That's good. I wonder if the like anti-stud 2x2 like round tile is available. I'm just trying to think if I want to figure out some like stud reversal techniques to make this like stand out a little more. Because in theory, if you look at reference pictures, the full circle is over the chain. So if I wanted to get really crazy, I would do like a normal 2x2 tile, which I might, again, better to spend like the extra dollar to make sure you're going to be super happy with this than realizing it too late and you have to go back and run from behind. Yeah. So if we did something like this, but you know, maybe I do want to make this like 5. That's going to be pretty cool, I think. Because it's like awkward too, because it should connect in the bottom. It's not right in the middle, I don't think, based on the picture I'm looking at. I guess even the original Doctor Doom design doesn't even have like gold, so I could cheat if I wanted to go something a little more classic. But if this is going to be like this is like the most iconic Marvel character, I feel like Spider-Man and Doctor Doom is kind of in that. So you got to get this one right. So it's a little bit of pressure, honestly. And I might cheat because if it's draping and I can angle it down, you probably want it like here. That could be yeah. This might be it. And maybe I'm overthinking this and I should figure out the rest, and this will be pretty easy to slap on top. Okay, we'll go with a normal green. I don't think I want to go dark green. And we're back to where we started. No progress. Designing stuff is great, and it's really rewarding. Okay. Back to, what was that, 15 minutes ago? We need wedge plates. That is going to be the most valuable part in this experience. Getting some green. You know what? Actually, green is one of those weird colors now that I do actually have to track what is available. Because most green is actually oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought everything feels like it's bright green now instead of green, but there is still a good amount of like what Lego calls on pick a brick dark green being made, so might have some options. And again, this is going to be awkward because I am going to have to do some of that layering. So have I done that with any of these other characters? I guess the closest thing would be Madcap with the hat right now, which isn't going to be that good of an example. I guess Gambit too with the hair over. But if you want this to look really good, the hood does need to like go over the metal. So like this is going to be like a tough layering challenge. Okay. If we're thinking the mask, this is going to be the easiest thing to get the chin going. So I'm going to want, it's probably going to have to be a 6 wide head, because then I can do one of these, do one of those. A lot of building in studio is also just remembering where parts are. Honestly, it is just, like, honestly a really cool tool to be able to go in here and kind of memorize the part availability. It makes it so much easier, and it gets to the point where you're not actually working on the mock and you're just like problem solving in your head, which is again why I do really enjoy this, the like geometry of it, where you'll just have like a random thought and you have that eureka moment. It is super rewarding where you're like, okay, I know how to fix the issue. It happens to me all the time, especially when you get to some of those more character like builds, like with the Sentinel, where you're trying to make it as small as possible. It is just so hard where you get things so close. I guess this is probably even a better example, like with the MODOKs I've designed, where you have such a small like canvas where you're trying to, like, 360 get around everything. So then you're just thinking about it. When you finally come to the solution, it's the best. It's the best feeling. So I feel like this is going to be how I need to do that cutout for the mouth. But like I already said, I do have to put some amount of gray plates underneath, which might be fine. I think we're getting where I kind of need to be, because the hood will need to be under a little bit. Oh, this is tough. Okay, no, I want that. I'll probably have to fix this. This is like a 50-50 on what I want. And like I was saying, since we're going to be filling this space, I think I don't like that. Okay, we'll have to go smaller pieces, but eventually we are going to have to add on something to the bottom. This will fit here-ish. I might want to do dark gray underneath. Please fit. Please. What is going on? Oh, wait. No. Why is this not going under? Go with that. Hit it with a dark gray. And that'll just add a little more depth, which will be nice. So it's coming together. It's a process. Again, this is one of the more complex characters I'm working on. So might not be perfect, but that's fine. I'm just going to put on my story that we are live. Yeah, it's also just something I've been thinking about lately. It's almost 5 years of me doing this channel, which is awesome. Thank you guys all for the support over the years. And honestly, this is just like me trying to give myself something to do since I didn't go to Brick Fair this year. But I might go to Brick Fair, Pennsylvania. We will see. Not 100% sure. Just because, man, it's... Where I live, I'm in Ohio. Everything's like 6 hours away, so it's not far. But when you're traveling places alone, and it's like 6 hours away, you kind of have to do a hotel room, which just makes everything more expensive. So the trip turns into, especially with the gas prices, trips can be like $200 to go to a convention, which is fine sometimes. But I went to Brick Fair or Brickworld Indianapolis already this year, and I went to Brickworld Chicago for the whole week, where I don't know. I'm good not doing a show all the time. So I think the Pennsylvania show is in like November. That gives me a little bit more of a break, which is nice. That'll be perfect. Again, sorry, just quick putting this on my story. How about that weather? Sorry, just sending a quick text. We are back with your regularly scheduled program. Okay, so now we gotta squeeze everything into this tiny canvas, which is gonna be awesome. This is how I want it to go. We're going brackets. We're cheating. This will be the easiest way to get this done. Okay, so we're gonna have to go green at the bottom. The best part about brackets is that they bump into the studs right next to them, so you have to build them up. Again, this is playing into the whole knowing that this is gonna have to be like a really wide build, which is fine. It's all good. Man, this is looking dumb so far. Sorry, guys. It'll come together, I hope. Ooh. What do we think are available for brackets for green? This could change everything. I guess bright green wouldn't be like the worst color to use for Doom. Especially if you're going for like that more like really classic look. You know, you could really go either way, which is kind of nice for the character. Okay, we got 1x1 brackets. I would hate to have to do like 3 1x1s. Hopefully there is a 1x2. That would be awesome. Okay. Just before I forget, we got one of those. And they do have the 2x2, which could be nice. Some of these parts where they're located in here is so stupid. Especially like some of the one, like the tiles. Like I think the 2x2 tile with the stud in the inside is like a plate modified for some reason instead of, even though it's like 90% tile. That's where we're struggling right now. So I need a 2x2. It's either a modified plate or, see right here. Why is this a plate? That is all tile. Okay, this one. See, like, I don't know, some of these parts I struggle with because this is like essentially a bracket, but a little thicker. So I don't know. I don't even want to use this one. I was just thinking about it, just because it is 2x2, or at least two wide, long, whatever you want to say. So the reason I want to use the bracket is because it'll create a layering effect, and if I put green tiles on the outside of it, it'll look like a cape, hopefully, or not a cape, a hood, or as close to a hood as I can get this. We'll need some of those wedged tiles eventually, maybe, or like the curving wedges. And again, right now I'm just looking at the parts list on Pick a Brick because I need to know what actually exists and I can buy without having to buy from like 10 Bricklink stores. All right, good news. We got it. Ooh. One of these. Pop. And if you have never used Studio before, you know, it's not that hard of a program to learn, honestly. I feel like if you really wanted it, you could learn. Okay. Now this is my favorite part, where I'm about to use just a bunch of 1x1s. Just because I'm going to be anal like that, and I need to do my color blocking. And honestly, it's kind of a bummer. I think when I did the mascots last year, used all of my 1x1s. So every time I'm buying new parts, that's something I have to think about, which is a little annoying. We're gonna have to do some changes potentially, but you see the vision. You see the vision. I mean, this isn't the vision; it's Dr. Doom. But then we get a tile, just probably a 1x3. Ooh, I hate when you're. I don't even know if 1x3 tiles exist in green. I ran into this, so I built the Gopher Stadium years ago, and then I did a bad job of confirming colors for parts. Booey boo boom boom. This is too squished. This is one of those ones that it just needs like another stud. Like this needs to be like a 10x10 and it could be perfect. If it was more like a brick sketch, and maybe that's just so I'm trying to go too detailed right now, but I feel like these tiles are like load bearing to the design. I guess it's just a case where I probably need to go one more 3D. Maybe some of the layering will be able to help me out a little more. And this will be one of those cardinal sin builds where I guess some of these have noses already, but I wonder, do I need to go the apocalypse route? Because this is almost exactly like what I would need. Like the exact design would basically work. So this is, I might need to pivot. Yeah, no, this is like perfect. Okay. And it's just like, I guess while we're going about this, sometimes I will build a thing and then go, no, and then build a version 2 and it's better. What else do I have hidden on here? Ooh. What are these again? Okay, this was when I was designing MODOK. Some of those other like mouth designs I was working on. I really wanted to get like kind of that lippy design there. That would have been really awesome. Didn't do it. But that was kind of something I was thinking about when I was designing that originally. Same goes for, got some of the stuff down here for Howard the Duck, how I wanted to do the eyebrows. Played around with some different parts. So, I don't know. This is just one of those cases where it'll look a little stupid in person a little bit. And these might slide down a little more when I actually build it. But when you're looking at it front on, it looks pretty good. But when you're looking on the side, it's like, ooh. But another tough thing was dupe, getting like that X symbol. There was a point where I wanted to do them like more sand green because I felt like that fit a little better. But I think I wanted the like sausage pieces as the hands. And there are sand green. It must have been the clip. I don't know if there are sand green clips. There was a specific reason why I changed this to bright green. It might have just been to be a little more accurate to the source material. But I think that was a pretty nice way to do like the X symbol and still make it like centered on the body. That was kind of like one of those challenges. It must have been the wedge plates must not exist in sand green. Okay, so we were doing Apocalypse, but Doctor Doom. Never been done before. Okay, unlink. Okay, so this is like gonna just be kind of some color swapping a little bit. All of the blue going back to gray. That going to dark gray. Or I could do sand blue. I don't know. Have I not used dark blue yet? Whoa. Okay, there we go. So I can probably like really simplify this. It's like the blue doesn't really need to exist. Man, I just don't like this as much. But I think maybe I don't know if I'm going to go for this actually. There's something to think about. Let me see what light nougat exists. So they have at least one snot brick or bracket, which could be helpful to kind of get the eyes. That's what I'm kind of worried about is the eyes right now. I wonder. So I could do something that's kind of for Bushman-y to get like the square eye cut out, but I feel like that's gonna. For Bushman is supposed to be stupid and cartoony. I don't know. I'm stumped. I'm going to move the mouth out for now. Maybe we just need to worry about the hood and go off of that for this exact moment. Because I feel like, okay. This is the exact thing I already had, but in a slightly different location. So what we're battling right now is the mouth is like too far away. Okay. Okay. I think I got it. I don't think we need the plate because we can do one of these. It'll work the exact same. Where was I going with with this. um, in theory, that helped. Potentially. Man, this is just looking like some stupid Star Wars character. This is like some pre-battle damage General Grievous type stuff. Alright, back to the hood part. I feel like if we can get the hood kind of figured out. Okay. So there. So yeah, we can build a layer of plates, and then there's like a little overhang. There's probably another case where I don't need this, but we'll throw this in. And this is just because I realized, yeah, we need gray on the inside, not green. So if we plop that there, that'll kind of give us some options. I got to figure out at the top, is the hood kind of like apexes at the top? It doesn't really hang down like Moon Knight. So this might not be as complicated as like some other hooded characters potentially could be. Is this going to be where these might come in handy to kind of give that like angry look on the inside, kind of. I don't know. Kind of working for me. I don't think there's a way you can win with this character, honestly. Maybe this is one where you just like really abstract it just so it can be like not judged as hard. And I thought it was just like, ugh, I'm gonna throw up. I don't like this. I don't even know how to do the hood. This is starting to look really like Ronan the Accuser, actually. This might not be a complete loss. I think that's somebody that's on the list. Yeah. Okay. This is not a decent template. I'm gonna save this for now. I don't think this isn't working for Doom, but like I said, that'll be a good Ronan the Accuser if we go that route. Good. Ooh, wait, do these even fit the way that they're? Yeah. Okay. No. This is good. This is good. And hopefully they exist. They do not. Oh, that's devastating, actually. That's awful. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, this is gonna be like, this is great. This is actually really good. Okay. And it's gonna be kind of nice as I develop these a little more, and I can get like the template kind of rolling. Things will just come together a lot better. I don't need the 1x1s anymore. We'll change that to a 1x4. We need the slope tiles. Oh yeah, this is coming together. This is coming together real nice. I mean, this would be like good for like Judge Dredd, actually, because these don't work because I need to figure out how to get the eye in there, which will probably be more of a. Hopefully these. Oh, they'll exist in black. Never mind. We hit up this, and then copy that. Yeah, like I said, this is like a cyclical process where you gotta just like slow and steady. You get random and like this is like a huge pivot where I'm about to finish this like super quickly after struggling for like however long that was on Doctor Doom. I feel like this is probably accurate to some versions. I might need to pivot this still. So I do kind of like where the black should be more of like down more, which is doable. Just deciding like what wedge plate would be best for this, because I could go this route or I could go this route. Or I could even go. Nah, it's gonna take up too much space. Is that what I want? Okay. There we go. Okay. We're about to go crazy because we're gonna have to move everything down and turn this to plates. One second. Just gotta send something quick. All right, back to the grind. So we're deleting that. Oh, I thought I was getting away with not needing to stack in the plate inside there. Okay, so we got that, and then another one, and then we got to change those to black tiles. This is going to be sweet. I think this is turning out great. So the issue was... This isn't going to fix that, actually. The eyes. It's the stupid eyes. I can't figure out how to get the eyes to place where I want them to. Because now they're kind of like... I don't think that's going to fit there. Shoot. Okay. That doesn't work. Oh man. This is gonna look goofy. I don't even know if this will work in real life. Okay. There's like a 1% chance this is actually gonna work in real life, but we're gonna roll with this. It'll be a little freaky, but it is a villain character, so I don't know. That's something I'll have to test that in real, like with some of my loose pieces before I buy stuff. I don't like looking at that. That's gonna like live in my nightmares. I just don't know another solution. Because then my thought was I can just... what was the plan? This is too much black. I don't think that's going to look good. This might be one of those, come back to it, and I'll think about this later. You know the vibe? This is kind of the vibe I'm going for. I feel like don't do that. There's something here. Something's going on with what we got going on here. And then the like light blue in some way, but he's looking a little too evil. I know that is like one of those types of characters, but I feel like we'll come back. We'll come back. But I wanted to make sure I slapped something down on the canvas. You know, you got to start somewhere. I'm just thinking about something. This might work. Again, just shifting everything down. It'll be nice. At least I have the stream to like refer back to if I need to about some of this stuff. Oh, and for sure these exist in Lime from Sonic, I'm pretty sure. There we go. No. You're not allowed to do that. What's the issue? Oh, it's like... Okay. Ooh. Close one. Near miss. Alright, there we go. Okay, this might be it. This might be it. And we'll probably just call it a day. We can use those. It kind of gets the shape across. What's I doing for eyes? So they need to be white. But the... This is why I kind of hate Funko Pops and like Brickheads, is they all got like the freaky eyes that are just like dead. Okay, this is also just looking like Birdman. I mean, it's it's the best we can do. I'm also thinking this would be like top of the head looking a little stupid right now. This is where I would want to use bracket pieces potentially. But I'm out of space. I can't. And I also probably don't need the brackets there, since it just kind of like is creating extra width for no reason. Hit him with the... Do we think the pieces I need in aqua exist? Or same blue might be? Ooh, whoa. Why is a 2x4 in aqua $8? Okay. We're gonna consult the sacred text. So let's go on to the parts list again, and we will find whatever aqua exists as. Oh, it's just aqua. Dude, pick a brick versus Bricklink is so annoying. Like the amount of pieces that like just don't exist, or the color names that are just like different, parts are different. The fact that they're both services owned by Lego is what makes it so much worse. Just to make it easy, I think I'm gonna cheat. We got some curved pieces that are going to be like perfect to make a bottom of a mount, or head, neck, body. Brain freeze. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Two by 3-ish. What is that? Okay. And it's just annoying to have to type in the part number, so I'm gonna just... Okay, that didn't work. No, there we go. Except we just... It's lazy. It's lazy. I know it's lazy. But that's like pretty much exactly what I need in a very small amount of space. I still need to figure out, because for whatever reason a 2x4 doesn't exist, so I have to figure out a new plate method 2x3 exists. That's not $8. I think. Oh, dude, 2x4 does exist. On Pick a Brick. Don't spend $8 on it. This isn't working. It looks like he's wearing a mask. Just like, ah, man. Okay. We'll get him next time. Do we need to give him a scowl? Yeah, we will. Okay. This is, well, it's fine. It's fine. Just game planning right now. What parts I want to use. We do have access to like 2x2 with the wedge at the end. That'll be good. Probably go with that. This is also an option. It'll kind of do the same job that I was trying to do. Where did that come from? Oh, no, never mind. That would just fit under the curve. Yeah, that's not working. So many of these alien characters don't look like anything. Like, it's just like a dude with like different skin color, which is annoying. It's like I just need like some sort of defining trait to like make this interesting, and it's just not happening. Oh, and the wedge tile only has one side, so I can't even use that. That's great. Now this, I might just need to change colors. I'm like overthinking this. So we have like a 3 deep area. Okay. We'll hit them with one of these. And I'm so lazy where I don't change. I know I'm only going to be working exclusively in light aqua right now, but I'm not going to change the color of the parts coming out of the part selector. Absolutely not. There's only like 100 options for parts, so I don't know why this is taking me so long to like decide what I'm doing. Hopefully they make like a brick built Squidward and we get so many aqua parts. That would be nice. Okay. This is about to blow you guys' minds. Hit him with one of these. Okay. You'd be like, oh, that's a little weird. That's a little strange, but just wait. Because since it's curved, you can use this with it and it will make a head shape. And it looks like a head, not like a weird crimson chin style thing at the bottom there. But wait, there's more. Because I wanted to do like an angry mouth. We got that. And we'll hit it with the white. And boom, we got Ronan the Accuser. So that's pretty awesome. I think that worked pretty well. I feel like this is redundant. Don't need to worry about that. It becomes a matter of how do I want to do that transition on the side. Fine. We'll go a little extra and we'll do some curve slopes. Ooh. I don't like that. Do we think the new 1x2 gradual slope, does that exist in green? Moment of truth. We get that. Oh, it's got to for like plant stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's come together. And don't need that. Don't need that. We'll go 1x3. I guess I could do that. Whatever. No. I was thinking if I wanted to do that curved like slope, I could, but I'm not interested in that. Oop, oop. Do have to decide how I want to solve the bottom of the suit problem. Probably just won't. What does the collar line look like? Okay. Just gonna slide this. I feel like that'll work better. So I probably don't need these for this, just because he kind of has like that stupid curve out. So that'll be perfect there. Sorry, plotting, thinking, so we can hit him with one of these. Oh, this doesn't exist in Lime. How did I do? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. That ruins the plan. I'm glad I didn't... I realized that that doesn't exist now and not when I'm buying parts and I have to redo everything. Because I could just cheat if I just do this. Oh, that looks so ugly though. No thanks. So it just needs like a little bit of... Oh, wait. We could just pump it up. Oh, I don't want to. That might look bad. Because I have like an extra plate to work with where I could raise it. I could do that. It's probably just the easiest thing to do. Dang. It's going to look so bad. So I'm thinking 2 right now. If I get the 1x2 with the 2 plates... Okay, this is where I'm about to have one of those crash outs where we already talked about this one. Why is the one that has 2 studs on it a modified tile when that one's a modified plate? I don't get it. And maybe I can reprogram this so it makes sense. Well, like, why is this a modified tile, but then the one with just one on the inside is a modified plate? That makes no sense to me, and I just can't do it right now. Okay, that exists. Oh. Yep, and that is about as good as that's going to get. Is this a case where I should do that? Much to consider. Maybe I don't even want the... Is that better? No, I'm calling it quits. That's good enough. Who cares? There we go. What a nice happy accident. Yeah, this was Dr. Doom originally. everyone's favorite character, Ronan the Accuser. What a great collection of characters. Can we just talk about that? What a great lineup. I'm so happy with how MODOK turned out. I don't know what is that. This is pretty much what I would want. I kind of mad I couldn't get the like headband to work better, but there's like not good options for purple brackets. So I had to do stud reversal of some sort to make that work. I can't remember how I did that. I guess we can look. Okay, yeah. That's pretty much how I've done all of the stud reversals in this, but that's pretty much what I would want it to be. You could almost build this as like a 3D like MODOK, and that would look pretty good too. So that might be something I would look into at some point. I don't know why I like MODOK. I just do. Sometimes I forget that that's like my profile picture, but oh man, we've been going for an hour and I made a character I wasn't even planning on doing. So that's great. Sorry, I'm just monitoring the audio. Okay, we're still going. Just gotta make sure. Gotta do my best. Even though nobody's watching, it's fine. It's cool. Dr. Doom. I feel like I'm gonna have to come back to that one. It's too frustrating. So yeah, I feel like it has to be like Apocalypse, where it's like sideways like that. Otherwise, it's just like not gonna work. But it's just above my brain power right now to figure that out. Guess we go X-Men again. Let's do Rogue. Why not? '90s Rogue is the only way to go. With the headband. That's biblically accurate Rogue to me. Oh man, I don't even know. Because I haven't done a female character yet, so the volume of the hair is going to be interesting to think about. I'll probably just use Gambit as a starting point. I guess they're pretty much the same. They both have like the kind of trench coat going on, so. What do we have in light nougat for colors? Let's figure that out. So good, it broke. I love it when you're like really going through the pieces and then they like kick you out and they're like, you're a bot for trying to sort by color like 4 times. It's really nice. They're like serious allies on lego.com sometimes. This could be an okay. And I can't do the nose if I use that, but I do like the idea of that part. Because this exists in light nougat for some reason. Man, all of these builds are going to be so outdated. They're going to keep adding like new flesh parts. That looks nice. And what I was looking up. Don't need that, don't need that. I guess which, she can have normal eyes. That's really where I guess I haven't done like a wide enough spread. Most of these don't have like the pupils in them because I like the shapes, and also the characters just don't have pupils in their eyes. Or it might be kind of creepy with like dotted eyes, but it's also creepy without them. That's tough. That's tough. Hmm. But the 1x3, yeah, these ones exist in flesh. It's gonna make the head too wide. I guess I can have the hair hanging down, and that'll kind of fill in the space. And I guess if I try and get the like the V-neck collar going, that could be kind of nice. We'll go with dark tan, just because that might not be like a super common color to use in this. Hopefully everything exists and I don't get screwed. Okay, I guess I can change this up a little bit because these parts don't exist. Or like Rogue doesn't have the same sort of setup that Gambit does, where he has the dumb neck thing. So that could help me out. That could be nice. Trying to think how I want to do this. I'll probably just do 2x4 in yellow. That's not the right one. There. Okay. Or black. Never mind. Wait. Hear me out. So I do that. Then I come over to, where did I put that? These, because she has like that, like the collar. It seems like kind of iconic. And if I do, does this exist in yellow? Yes. Like it's not perfect, but like it kind of does the thing, kind of. Honestly, I don't even think I need to do that because I hit one of these, hit one of those. I might change up how I do the collar. That's why I deleted those things, because her collar... It's like the exact same. Never mind. Maybe it looks more normal if I do that. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I should even, if I do this, then it looks like it's like kind of got that divide. Man, this feels dumb. I'm looking up dark tan. I feel like at this point everything should exist in like the tans, but they don't. Ooh, like why is dark tan called sand yellow? That's like, I don't get that. it's okay. So the thought is it is like that like cut out in the collar where it goes like maybe kind of. Okay, why? So anyway, yeah, that was kind of the whole idea of that. Doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. Back to light nougat because I gotta put something underneath the head. We'll do brown. We'll just do brown because the hair, and then I gotta figure out the headband, and then we'll be good. Okay, this is coming to me. It's coming to me because if I do the wedge plate down, it'll look like hair kind of flowing to the back of her head. Other than, why is that not showing as like a collision error? Thanks. It's just gonna look like Muscle Man. That's fine. This looks like, oh, it looks like a South Park Canadian. That's what it is. Okay. So, that's not working because it needs more volume. So we're going to have to break this up into a couple of pieces to make it so it flows a little bit more. Did I turn off collision? Is that, no, I didn't. So that's just stupid. I love computers. I still have to get brown plates behind the front of the head. Okay, it's coming together. That's fine. I do that. And then I'm gonna actually change it up so it's not like mirrored. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rogue. I'm so sorry. We'll just do green. I feel like that's a little more accurate. Then I'll do curved just because I don't really need to. I could have just done a tile across, but I feel like I want to add some depth here and there as I can. This just looks like some dude's dad in like a rock band. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to like get about not having it look like that. Maybe if I do like the quarter round tile, it'll kind of look like eyelashes. Maybe. I don't like it. That makes the eyes look too like high up. These coming black. Probably not. comes in black in one set from this year. Okay, this could be huge. What color are Rogue's eyes? Are they green? Probably brown, right? She has green eyes. Okay. This is getting interesting. Because the hearts come in dark green. So like in theory could hit it with oh, never mind. When it says dark green, I mean normal green. Does this fit next to it? No. Ah, man. Because then I can maybe just make that actual dark green. That looks bad too. Everything looks awful. Okay, we'll go with that. That's good enough. Now I just gotta get the white kind of going, which hopefully is fine. It's probably not gonna be like that hard to kind of get that to work. Okay. Okay. Get rid of that. Ugh. This is going to be a tough project. Maybe I guess I don't know. Because, like, when you look at the original set, everything's so simplified that, like, you're not judging it as hard. That's what I'll say. See, the thought is if I do that, and I get that. Boom. Yeah, I think. Could be worse. It could be worse. I should mix this up a bit, because otherwise it'll look exactly like Gambit, which I don't really want. I don't know. It's one of those things where has X-Men ever, Marvel ever done like a bad casting where I think they'll work with what they have and make a decent movie. Oh, hello, There's Bricks. Thank you for being Brick Radioff's biggest fan. Um, I don't know. Yeah, like it's nice to see them actually cast some randos instead of just like the most famous people ever in every movie. I can't believe they're not putting Tom Holland or um, whoever other famous people in it. I don't know. I haven't really seen anything that the actors are in, so it'll be nice to like have some unknowns. Like I said, I think they'll do some fun stuff, and hopefully it's a good movie. Yeah, it sure is some sort of design. I'm gonna do the chin back like it was. I don't like the curved part. Anders, what should I design? Give me what's another character? I can make like any X-Men or any Avengers character. I tried doing Doctor Doom. Okay, I'll do Jubilee. I tried doing Doctor Doom and I couldn't get it to work, but I turned it into Ronan the Accuser, so it worked out kind of. But yeah, I can do Jubilee. Yeah, yeah, yeah. X cow. Oh, I didn't know X cow existed. That's a deep cut. Nice. I was disappointed. Paul didn't put Hell cow on the list either. I feel like that's also a necessary Marvel character. Jubilee. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm really conflicted because like the set it's based on, like everything's so simple, where everything would probably be cookie cutter anyway. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Um, but even in this case, like all these like human characters with like the flesh, like if I do them like this and kind of have the template, they're all gonna look the same anyway. If I'm just using more parts, but I feel like Jubilee's another one of those characters where you kind of need more space to make it more detailed. I don't know. Oh, this could be kind of cool if I do like a pink 1x2 to be like the bubble blowing. That could be kind of nice. We'll go like a more X-Men 97 look for her. Okay, she's yellow and pink. I guess I'll do this color. Spider Gwen. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm scared to do Spider Man. I guess Spider Gwen's gonna be a lot easier than Spider Man, just because she doesn't have like the web lines. Um, so I feel like she just has like the pink and then the white lenses. Oh, the hood could be tough if I want to try and get that to work, but Spider Gwen could kind of be kind of Deadpool-y with like the eye design. Yeah, but Jubilee first. I also don't want to make all the cool characters and then Paul gets stuck with the randoms. That's why I'm kind of doing like more obscure characters too. Domino. Another one would be super easy. Oh, right. It's still I'm still waiting on that to get delivered. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I have like 10 things coming from that person from the UK, and then like a 3D printed part has been held up for like 3 months. But I think it should be here soon, and then yeah, I can review all that stuff finally. How was I gonna start with the collar? This could almost just be. Yeah, dude. I think I did a good job on this, but it's so hard in like the small area. Really wanted to get like the mouth the way it is, but color blocking isn't perfect. But I'm pretty happy with that one. It's like I need the 2x2 with the two studs. Isn't it great? So this is a I already ranted about this earlier, but this is a modified tile. But then if you go to modified plate, the single stud, like the exact same piece. Why is this a modified plate, but then this is a modified tile? There's more plate on this one than this one. And it also has like the like hole in it. So I feel like this should be the modified tile and this should be the modified plate. Do you think the 1x1 uh, bracket comes in light nougat? Because I'm thinking like I have a fun idea how I would do the earring if I use like a bracket and then put a 1x1 tile on the side. That could be cool. I guess I could figure out a way to do it with like a clip. That could work. Oh, it does exist. That's great. Okay. They're just coming together. Because then I can do that. Do that. Dark pink. Boom. That's true. That's a good point. People can't drive around the roundabout. Yeah. It just sucks. Everything's like the same color, so it's gonna look like a little awkward. Does the orb is that like come in a transparent pink? Probably. And it's so hard to find the pinks because they're all labeled dumb colors. Okay. Ugh. So this comes in transparent, opalescent pink, medium violet, whichever color that one is. Is that it? Nothing bothers me more than like the colors don't match between the like when you're in studio and when you're in pick a brick. Medium violet. That's no. Satin trans purple. No. And also just the ugh. It's probably this. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. Orb. I know what you're talking about, like the new headlight thing that they introduced, right? Because I feel like I have it in red and stuff. Technical. Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be in pink for sure. That would probably be the best look. Oh, actually, even better. We can do the space helmet. It's kind of big, but like it would fit the scale. This comes in trans pink. Which one is that? Trans medium reddish violet, whichever that one is. Okay. Yeah. This is the move. I'll just do the cone. Boom. Okay. Hopefully the 1x1 tile comes in light nougat, otherwise it's game over. Okay. Yeah. I feel like that might look like the since it's small. I don't know if that would look as good. But yes, I bought a bunch of those in like the green and red for whatever reason it'll come to me like someday. Or I'll know when to use it. This should be like perfect. And hopefully the sunglasses don't bump into it. Yes, 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 yes. This is every day. Every day someone almost gets in an accident right outside of my house in the roundabout. As is tradition. Is anyone else excited for the Iron Falcon to come out? I think I think that's going to be the best-selling set of all time, if you ask me. No, the nose. Okay. Why did I copy that? I don't need to do that. We'll move this for now. Yeah. Part of it all. That did not go down. Please exist. Yeah. I think that works better. This is fun. I like this. Gotta change the brown, change that to black. Okay. Now I have to figure out how to do the sunglasses. Or just... Yeah. I'm gonna move the head down. Don't need those. No neck. Never mind. I take it back. So I'm gonna like run out of space for the hair, potentially. All right, bracket, not tiles, plates. So we'll need to do kind of like one of these, kind of. That's too tall. Oh, geez. Okay. Have I been doing this? Yeah, I need to change these to X's. One does not simply survive the soldering pod accident. And need the 1x2 half wedge tile. Because then I can kind of put it. Oh man, that doesn't look good either. This is going to be like a little cursed. Maybe this is fine. Oh. I don't hate it. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. With it like sticking out like that, that's so weird. I don't think the other bracket exists though in light nougat. No. Ooh. Okay. I have an idea, I think, because the round 1x1 with clip, yeah, but sticking forwards, the round 1x1 clip exists. Okay, that'd be a plate round. This exists, so I just need to figure out if there's a the round clip exists in dark pink. Not, no, I don't need that in dark pink. Um, trying to figure out what color is what in pick a brick challenge impossible. Okay, dark pink must be one of the violets, or is it one of the lavenders? One of the lilacs? This isn't going well. Okay. Okay, it's not blue violet. Okay, it must be bright purple. Okay, we're back on track, back on track. John Color has entered the chat. Oh, even the... I realized another good bubble option would be... Is it the apricot from Animal Crossing? Like, there's one of the Lego fruits that has like the bar at the bottom. That would work. Or even a Lego like minifigure head. Hmm. My best option for the earring is if I wanted to do the Lego mug, like on a clip. That's another option. This is not going the way I thought it would, unfortunately. I was really hoping like the new like 1x1 round with a clip on it would work. That would have been my choice for how this would go perfectly, but no. All right, all right, all right. We're just gonna leave it. Mm, yeah, yep, yep, yep. There's just no other option. That is somewhat less awful. Sure, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Is this a real piece? Yes. Perfect. All right. Like I guess it's kind of like the cheeks, like blowing out with the bubble. That's how I'll write it about it in the book. All right, back to the hair. Trying to get that to exist. So then I thought doing like these kind of pieces a little bit to sculpt it. Then wedge plate. Is Jubilee in Fortnite? I can't remember. That could be important information. I've just realized this just looks like her if she was in a. Oh, nice. I have the cable skin. When was Jubilee in Fortnite? I wonder if I have that skin. Because I played whatever season that like Gwenpool was in the. Actually, never mind. No, I don't have her. I don't remember seeing like the customizers make her like figure of her. Okay, okay. I just had the thought too, like looking at this, like this just looks like her if she was in like a Disney cartoon. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is like biblically accurate Mickey Mouse Jubilee with the floating eyes. Oh, okay. Like Peter Griffin and Lois. Man, I haven't played Fortnite in like a year and a half. I did buy the Fantastic Four skins when they added those, though, just because. Okay. Now this is where the fun begins because I just thought of a good way to do the top of the glasses. We'll do one of these. And also, he's like totally jacked in the game too, as he should be. Oh, they added Scooby Doo to Fortnite now too, right? Doesn't exist in dark pink. Perfect. That's perfect. There. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's an award-winning idea right there. Buff Peter Griffin. That almost works. Is it better with the tile or without the tile? Because like that blue should be like pretty thin, but I hate having like exposed studs like that. But it's thinner, so maybe that is just better. Mm. I'm also going to change this to the 1x1, this thing. Which one do you like better? Do we like the more angle or like the round? I guess it's like technically more accurate because it's like pretty thin where the nose would be. I don't know. I'm like torn. Oh, yeah. No, that's probably a good idea. I think this comes in. It should come in. Most things come in blue. That should be thinner than with a. Okay. Yeah, that's like a half tile thinner. So that works. It's kind of like a happy medium. And then technically I should be putting, if you look at like the render from the show, it shows forehand underneath it, so I do that. Hit it with one of those. Should I make her skin color, should I keep it with the light flesh or should I go to tan? So would it be more inclusive to make her tan, technically? So I'm gonna guess like some of those like in between skin colors probably don't have all the parts. Yeah, no, I think this might be one of the best ones. Like, you definitely like the cartoon. I like the cartooniness of it. It works. I think the bubble, like, kind of the like awkward, just no mouth, because there's not really a way to do that that works. Yeah, I think tan's probably fine. Should I do like red? Yeah, thanks for the help. Appreciate it. We'll stick with blue, I think. That looks fine. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could add some of the little like star tiles. They come in gold or bright light orange, and that's it. So, oh wait, no, why are there two different versions of the star? Because the other version of the star comes in gold or white. So there are three colors of the star. Or I could just add like 1x1 tiles, and that'd probably work. I don't have space. I don't think this. I don't think I can make this fit because it's going to be too close to the edge. That's too bad. I'll just add some transparent plates for fun. Yeah. That looks good. I probably got like one more in one more in me. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Okay, what's another quick one? Maybe I'll do Power Man. I feel like that one would just be easy. Yeah, because the headband, I know how I would want to do that. So we'll base it off of. Almost do like one of the more cartoony ones for him. Would be a good background. If we do like a green for Power Man, because then it would pair with Iron Fist when we get around to doing him. You gotta do the V-neck, the most important part of his design. So I'm thinking if I do, hopefully, exists. Oh, perfect, beautiful, beautiful. Do one of those, and then pair it with the yellow. Oh god, the green is so ugly. I can't do that. Maybe if I do like more of a bright green, that probably works a little better. Other one with okay. Now we got this going back together. Wedge plate, wedge plate. This will be the last one. I'll be done after this. So there we go. Oh, that's not a deep enough V. Trying to think of how to get around this. The like 2x3 wedge would be pretty good, but I don't know how to get the inside filled. I'll probably just, this is about as good as it'll get. Oops, oh well. I need broader shoulders. I don't think those will work. We'll just do 2x4 tiles. So I'm thinking I might want to offset this for fun, even though it'll make it like way more complicated. just because I don't know, I think the chin being offset by like half would be good. It's kind of nice to like, be able to like kind of narrate what I'm thinking. This is probably helping me out a little bit design wise. Because if I do that, this could be kind of neat. Because then I could do. I'm trying to decide how I want to. Does it exist? No. Awesome. So if I want to go for the like plate route or not, because this would work. Then now I'm kind of screwing myself. I don't have anything to build off of. Versus if I do the wedge plate, and then do this, but then there's like studs showing. What have I been doing so far? Everything's been like tiled off, other than like masked characters. Whatever. It'll be easier if I just do this. No, it won't. It'll be about the same. So I'm thinking if I add like kind of like a little scowl kind of thing with the, I can do this, but then it's kind of like a little smirk. That kind of fits the character a little bit depending on the story. And I think if I just do this, and then we do two by threes for plates. This should like kind of wrap it up. Oh, it doesn't fit. That's cool. That's fine. It's fine. I didn't want it to work anyway. Is this not? Am I stupid? Okay. Why did the 2x3 not work? I don't get it. Is the program being dumb? Is that the issue? So if a 2x4 works, okay. And here's why I'm doing this. Because do we want, is there, okay. I want, the headband is important to me. Because there's also like the sunglass versions, but I wanted to see if they like are used at the same time ever. No. Because I'm thinking like this kind of, because that's stupid. That might be too much. Because I also need to figure out how to put the eyes. So this is probably where offsetting it was probably dumb. I know this. I know. Is this too simple? Like, he doesn't have a nose. That's probably fine. Not every character needs a nose. I guess he's kind of smaller than the other ones too, since I'm only doing a 2x2 area. Should I just go super? I guess I am kind of in that ballpark of doing it simple like that. Okay. This is where I have a plan. This is going to be kind of fun. if I do that, and then get the brackets going. It'll give it a little bit of hair texture at the top there, which would be kind of fun. And then also, this should lead it to being back to system. So when how do I want to do this? Because if I hit it with that, it's not looking great yet. I think I have an idea. Okay. So maybe if I stack 1x4 there, make that black, and then get another bracket. I think now I can hang the bracket down. This might work. I think that's over convoluted. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I like the energy though. I think that'll work if I just flip these around. And then, no, just 1x1s. So I hit it with that. And then if I do the cheese slopes in the middle, it will be perfect. So not bad. That's the power of brain power or consistent effort. See? Not bad. Trying to decide if I want to add more to this, but I mean anything else would kind of over exaggerate things because it doesn't really need ears, because like in theory, let's say I added an ear, it's gonna look kind of dumb. But I guess I could like, nah, that's, I don't know, that could be problematic. This is probably good. It's about what you would want. I'm trying to think too, like if I need like some hair hanging out the side, but if I'm trying to keep this kind of simple, I mean, it's about what you would want, gets the detailing across. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the tiara because like it doesn't really hang out that much more. I guess we can see if I put a plate in between. Does that still work? I don't want to like bump into the eyes. See, like that looks fine. And I don't think it'll actually work in real life. The eyes are gonna like kind of bump into it. So this would be, if I want to use, I kind of liked it with those eyes, but I can obviously, if I do these, it'll work. I feel like you're losing some of the character though. Yeah, we'll just keep it with that. That looks good enough. I think that's nice. Maybe it's just the green. No. looks fine. Doesn't exist. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know, like I said, I kind of liked it with the green. Just because it's like Iron Fist and him together. Cool. Well, that is going to do it for me for today. I appreciate anybody that stopped in quick to check out what I was doing. And of course, anybody that watches the posted version too. This was fun. I might try and do some other stream stuff as needed. I don't know. It's just hard to schedule it. I work full time, so this is like one of those very much doing it for fun type things. But yeah, this is good. I think we're trying to get like 100 of these, so be working on it here and there throughout the next several months. But made some decent progress. Got 3 done today. Not bad. Would have loved to have done more, but it's tough when you get stumped on them. And that's just a lot of this is like behind the scenes when I'm designing stuff. It's just like little change doesn't work, little change doesn't work, little change doesn't work. It's a long process, but it's kind of nice to like be able to show you guys a little bit of my process, how this goes behind the scenes with studio and everything. I pretty much design everything in studio. So yeah, with that being said, I've been Brickworld I'll, and see you in the next video, live stream, whatever, the next time you watch me. Talk to you later.